What's up, YouTube? Thought I would do a review of the Jeep I built for my wife. In front of you is a 2020 Jeep Wrangler Unlimited Sport. When we got this Jeep, it was completely stripped out. Nothing special about it whatsoever. When I say stripped out, I think the most exciting thing was the power windows. I don't think there was anything else that was very good. I did a lot of the work up at my mom's house in Cleveland, and then I did some of it right on this gravel lot in front of you. Let me tell you, it wasn't exactly the most comfortable. The Jeep is not done. This is just phase one of the Jeep. Actually, I don't know, probably phase two, phase three. So it's dirty. Jeeps are supposed to be dirty, totally fine. But you know, most of my content will be around the Challenger and the car shows, but we'll go to Jeeps meets too, because I like Jeeps as well. I used to have one. It was a white one. I'll throw a picture up. It was lifted. I had that when I lived in Alabama before I met my wife, but love those too. So we'll do some of that content as well. So to kick it off, like I said, completely stock Jeep 2020 is when I got it. My wife really loved the Bikini Pearl. They weren't offering it anymore after that, so we searched and searched and searched, and we found this one strip out. And I made her a promise at that time that I said, listen, I know it's not the Rubicon you wanted. We couldn't find a Rubicon, so here's what we'll do. We'll buy this, and then I'll make it better than a Rubicon when we're all said and done. Probably won't go with the Rubicon axles with the lockers, only because she doesn't off-road. She never will off-road, so this is just a flashy grocery getter as far as I'm concerned. But it's what she wanted. So her wish is my command, that type of situation. So kind of start off, I got these halo headlights that are RGB. They do change colors. I can send up pictures on those if you guys want. I put those in, wired them myself. They weren't as plug and play as they were advertised. The manufacturer probably had some kind of an issue with the wiring harness. Worked with Extreme Terrain on it. They were absolutely amazing. They worked with me on it, actually offered me a refund, and I just put it into more parts from them just because I've had nothing but good luck from them. So I got that. The next thing I got was this rough country bumper. Got this actually off of Facebook Marketplace. Somebody in the local area had one. They sold their Jeep, didn't want it anymore. It was sitting there and it was actually damaged. So this light bar here was all bent to snot. I heated it up, bent it back. It does have still a slight bend in it, but it actually looks factory, the bend. So no harm, no foul. It does have the LED light bar in the front of it. The D-rings, those came with it. I did put some Lux Auto Tint wrap that's color matched to the body on those. I wrapped those myself. It's not the greatest job, but nobody can tell, and it just looks good. And then you have the Amazon special halo fog lights that are inside there too. I custom wired those as well, made my own wiring harness. So the beauty part about anything electrical on this car is the factory wiring harness has not been tapped into. That's right, I did not tap into the factory wiring harness. I did it all myself, made my own wiring harnesses with plug and play connectors. This way, if I want to rip this off and put it back to stock, I don't have to worry about any wire taps. I don't have to worry about anything being screwed up, and if something burns out, I can easily replace it without worrying about what it did to my factory wiring harness or piercing the wires or any of that crap. So that is the front end. I will tell you, on this rough country bumper, my biggest complaint with it is, one, it's a pain in the ass to put on by yourself. I did not have help when I did all this, so I had that up like on a jack stand, and then I was underneath, and then they give you these little plastic things to hold the bolts in order, and it doesn't work for crap. So I fought with this thing probably 2 or 3 hours, put it on myself. We'll put a winch on it eventually, just not there yet. The lights behind the bumper, as I was saying, they get the factory fog lights in. They come with their own screws. They're Allen head key screws, or I don't know if they're Allen head or if they were Torx. Doesn't matter what they are. The ones they give you are extremely soft. They strip out. I ended up having to drill them all out and re-tap everything just to make it right. And then I'm going to probably take the bumper off and recoat it and go get it rhino lined. Just because it's already starting to flake in areas. The powder coat, it's just not very strong, and you know, you get what you pay for. Rough Country is a great company, but here in Ohio with road salt and things of that nature, unless you're going to go with a fully rhino lined bumper, you're pretty much going to end up with rusting. So I've touched up a couple areas. The fender lights, these are sequential turn signals and running lights. They're LED. These are the factory side markers. I have yet to swap those. But the sequential turn signals, those are more Amazon specials. I don't know what the brand was. I don't even think there was a brand. It was just Amazon, whatever. I can put up links if you guys want any of that. I still have to replace the inner fender wells with some aluminum ones. I haven't gotten that far. We put on some Mickey Thompson 35-inch tires. These are the Baja Bosses. And then we got four-wheel parts, as you see. Wheels, we got those from four-wheel parts because they're the ones that did our alignment. I put these hibiscus vinyl inlays for my wife because she wanted to make this the beach edition, hence the badge, beach rated. I don't like that badge. I have a nicer one. My wife likes it, so it stays on until it turns around and fades out. So down here I plasti dipped the Jeep emblems to black. They were silver. I wasn't going to buy $200 for new ones. It was just stupid. Maybe I'll swap those in the future. Do have to redo those because she hit a rock or something. One's peeling, chipping. I have LOD running rock rails slash running boards. Those are fantastic, extremely sturdy, but at the same time they are a little bit of rusting in there, so I'm probably going to take those off and get those Rhino line too. I have full ceramic window tint on here. This is 20%. Had this done by Pro Tint in Belpre, Ohio. They're fantastic. Guy's amazing. He runs it out of a shop in his back of his house. Great guy. Him and his wife are awesome. We got a Trek Best top. It was one of the first mods. We do have a hard top for this. That's what it came with, but my wife wanted a soft top, so I went and got this at Extreme Terrain. I think it was on sale with rebate, like $800. It was actually really, really good. I have to redo this. This was a gas cap with the American flag. Again, Amazon special. It's faded out. It's nice quality metal, but it's just faded out. The tail lights, these are Amazon specials. They're LED. They're actually really bright. They work great. And no back bumper yet. We're working on that. Gonna replace the hinges and do something there too. Haven't got to that yet. And that is pretty much the exterior other than when we get into the lift. So it does have a 2.5-inch rough country lift on it. It's their more premium ones. It comes with the shocks and struts. I'll see if I can get down here and you guys can kind of see. And there's some other stuff that's down here, and God, I can't remember the name of it. So those are the rough country springs. Those are those tie bar sway bar end links are obviously not factory. Those are billet. I think it was from Yeti suspension is where I got those. I'm actually going to get the steering stabilizer, or not steering stabilizer, the, oh God, I can't remember. It's like a steering support piece. It goes on the other side where the steering box is. We have full core 4x4 suspension in this. So your panhard bar, your tie bar, tie rod bar, I mean, you name it. It's all your upper and lower control arms, front and back, everything, panhard bars, all of them are core 4x4, and they are all in this purple powder coat. Absolutely top quality stuff. I do have a Falcon steering stabilizer under there. I don't know if you can see it. That has to be redone. The stabilizer itself's not bad. It's just more along the lines of the way it's attached. There's two different ways to attach it because of the heavy duty suspension that's on there. I took it to four-wheel parts when they did the alignment. I did have a rough country steering stabilizer on there, but we had some death wobble. Actually destroyed the steering stabilizer. It's probably the only thing that kept us from getting into an accident. I put on the suspension kit, pretty much did the alignment with the string the best I could, but when we get to about 70 miles an hour, the car would start to shake. It was scary as hell. Started to shake, kind of caused us to go down. When I came out, all the freaking bolt holes for the steering stabilizer were just elongated, so I ripped it out, had them put that one in there. I don't think it's really the right one for this setup, so I want to change it. Just a personal thing. It's fine, it doesn't impact anything, but you know, it's one of those things. So as I was creating a beach rated Jeep, you know, it's me just wanting things to be right. So this did have cloth interior, but I designed and had cat skin put in custom seats with teal stitching, which is the beach edition. So this is a full beach edition. That's what I'm calling it. No one else will have this. I did turn around and paint the entire dash with factory Bikini Pearl paint over the original plastic that was there. So it was sanded down, prepped, painted, clear coated, you know, wet sanded out. And then I put the Speed Labs dash kit in there for the gauges, so those are teal. So that's the other piece. Got some WeatherTech floor mats in there. Again, Amazon special guards for walking in the door. And the only other thing on it is I had my cousin who owns a detailing company, ceramic coat the Jeep, who has yet to do my Challenger. I did it myself, but that is pretty much the Jeep. Not a whole lot else going on the Jeep right now. Future plans, we do plan to do the tailgate, like I said, so it'll be full hinge reinforcement and tire carrier. We're going to do a rear bumper. We're going to do aluminum fender liners throughout. We may change the fenders. We kind of like the stock ones. A lot of people don't, but again, this is a grocery getter. And then I'm either going to go with some Fox shocks, or I'm going to go with some Falcon shocks, only because nothing against rough country, absolutely love them. This thing runs really rough, and I just feel that the shocks could be majorly upgraded and kind of give us more of that stock feel. I also have to get it re-geared. So if you don't know, when you throw 35s on these things, this is the 4-cylinder. It does throw the speedo off. I did throw a Z Automotive a tuner on that to where it can correct for the speedo, so it's reading the right speed, but you never get into 8th gear on this 8-speed transmission ever in the 35s. So either it has to be tuned completely, which I have not found a single tuner for this. If anybody has recommendations, please drop them in the comment box below. But I do know from talking to some people in the Jeep clubs that you know, they are able to re-gear these things, and you get your full speedometer back to where it has kind of like a stock drive to it, and hopefully will bring her miles per gallon up a little bit. It's not going to completely correct it, because obviously the 35-inch tires is not going to help. So very familiar with Jeeps, absolutely love them. Like I said, I had a 2015, 16, something like that, a JK. This is a JL, fully done up. I'll throw pictures up if I have not already. I think I mentioned it earlier in the video. If I didn't, it's fine, I'll throw them up. I was actually looking at getting a 392 Rubicon before I bought that, but I actually love sports cars more than I love Jeeps and trucks, though I'm not gonna turn down a Ford Raptor or a TRX if the options presented itself. So these are our two cars. These are our two projects that we work on. Well, I want to say I work on, my wife doesn't work on them. These are my two senses of stress relief and fun, and absolutely love them. You know, when things go wrong, obviously I take it pretty hard, like I said, with the Challenger right now with the windshield, and them I feel that they kind of didn't fix the hood properly based off of my discussion with the gentleman from the body shop at Dodge. Astorg Auto, which again I recommend nobody go to, because they break stuff on your car and don't communicate with you, and they're absolutely horrible. They're in Parkersburg, West Virginia, and also have a dealership in Charleston. I would not recommend you giving your money to them based off of the fact that they don't even document that they did anything to your car. And I have the invoices if you guys want to see them to prove it, but I can actually show the damage. So I have severe concerns about whatever's been touched on my car ever. Kind of feel I should have probably done my own own service on it from front to back, but it was covered under warranty. So very frustrating on that regard. But that's what I got, guys. Please like, comment, subscribe, throw information down below.